Having already been provided with Redcoats and Tomahawks, the French and Indian War supplement for musket and tomahawks, players of this skirmish-level Black Powder era game are now being treated to shakos and bayonets. A second supplement takes M&T action into the Napoleonic period, providing new rules, army lists and scenarios. This 78-page book is constructed of a more robust material than the first supplement, and that quality extends beyond the stock and into the design and layout, which meet the high standard we have come to expect from Studio Tomahawk. The opening chapter, What This Supplement Contains, serves to remind us that Musket and Tomahawks is a game system that foregoes famous big battles in favour of what it describes as a partisan war, attacks on outposts and convoys, raids and ambushes. The book then draws us swiftly into the new rules, with national command abilities for the nations that will be covered in the supplement, those being France, the British, Portuguese, Russians, Prussians, Spanish, Austrians, and the catch-all minor nations. These abilities conform to the stereotypes we have come to expect from most wargames rules, with, for example, French Elan giving French troops a bonus in melee, Prussian conscripts being particularly steadfast, and the Spanish benefiting from their use of guerrilla warfare. The next couple of pages details new traits, troop types, talents and some generic units, all bringing a flavour of the Napoleonic period to Musket and Tomahawks. It seems unlikely that anyone buying this supplement would not already be familiar with a potted history of the Napoleonic Wars, but should anyone require a quick refresher course, the next 4 pages do a good job of providing an overview of the conflict, framing the supplement between 1805 and 1815, i.e. not including the Revolutionary Wars. The first of the 7 army lists begin on the next page, with naturally the French leading the way. In somewhat of a hodgepodge order, you will find 14 different troop types covered, with points values, stats, traits and a short description given for each. The British Army comes next with a modest 8 different troop types, although the Portuguese are also covered in this section, adding a further 5. Let's pause for a moment here to compare and contrast the 2 main protagonists of the Napoleonic Wars, the French and British line infantrymen. As you can see, although they are quite similar, a British redcoat costs a further 8 points, due no doubt to his better shooting. He hits on a 5 rather than a 6+. Beyond the British and Portuguese we have the Prussians. Before moving on into the Spanish, Austrians, Russians with their massive 21 different troop types, and concluding with the minor nations, from which it is suggested you represent the likes of Sweden and Nassau, etc., using the generic troop types provided. 2 pages of inspirational photos follow before we come to scenarios. Musket and Tomahawks is a scenario-driven game. There are 3 generic scenarios provided within the core rulebook, and Shakos and Bayonets provides a further 4. Beginning with the convoy, in which one force escorts a convoy transporting precious goods. Whilst informed of their route, the enemy prepares to attack the convoy in order to make off with their precious cargo. Alex Bichel is a master of contriving interesting and variable scenarios. It's a skill he employs in all of his games, Saga being a fine example, and reading through the details of this and the other scenarios in the book leave you gagging to give them a go. The final hour is a classic defender trying to withdraw, attacker trying to catch game. The assault takes the form of a bloody attempt by the attacker to dislodge the dug-in defender from a built-up area in the centre of the table. Whilst the last scenario, Heart of the Inferno, the player's forces are part of a larger battle with combat raging all around as both sides attempt to complete a series of objectives. We really like this one with its introduction of a battle events table from which events in the main battle spill over into the player's game. And speaking of events, in keeping with the previous M&T supplement, Shakos and Bayonets concludes with 2 pages of Napoleonic specific random events in the form of a table that is rolled on when the red clock card is drawn. Wargamers are already well served with skirmish level Napoleonic games, think Sharp Practice and Osprey's Chosen Men to name but 2 of the more popular. But this well produced attractive book will no doubt prove a hit with gamers who are already fans of the card turning musket and tomahawk system, and it promises to be well supported by a range of new figures from North Star 2. This video has been brought to you by WI Prime, Wargames Illustrated Magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WI Prime by following these links.